Certainly today I thought we had an explosive performance. Both sides of the ball. On offense we had 622 yards, 300 yards rushing, and another 300 something throwing. I thought Anthony Brown came out and played an outstanding game after coming back from an injury. Probably one of the best performances that's been played around here in a long time. It was a hell of a game, and did a great job. There's a lot of contributions throughout the offense from a lot of people, and that's really what we wanted to do, is distribute the ball. We set the pace in the opening drive. I think it was an 8 or 9 play drive, which culminated in a touchdown, and I thought, for the most part, it stayed that way throughout the day. I thought AJ, we didn't play him in the second half. He had 98 yards, tough yards in the first half, and I thought he did a heck of a job. Kobe White made some unbelievable receptions. I thought on defense we came out, we played super hard, super intense. Came up with a couple of turnovers, 1 pick for a touchdown, a critical one down in the red zone in the second half. I thought our pass rush, we had at times looked just phenomenal. Special teams wise, we had a couple issues with when we lost Jimmy Martin, on the field goal short snap, and then an issue on the punt, obviously. And we let up a kickoff return, and that's not anything that we're going to do around here. But that happened, so I'm going to have to take a look and address what that problem was. But all in all, I thought it was a great opening day performance. Our goal for our kids was to play at the highest level, give all the effort they have, be physical, be fast, be relentless, and play together. And I thought that we certainly saw that. We had 0 turnovers. And I thought that was great. It was great, and that's our goal. So, with that, I'll answer any questions.
Yeah, just raise your hand. We'll get their microphone to you.
Coach, what does it say about your team that this early in the season that you took advantage of the opportunities that you had as efficiently as you did?
Well, I just think that honestly, for me, looking at this game, I wanted to see our quarterback, come back out and regain his confidence. He had not been in any, no one had ever tackled him, hit him, or touched him. And so I thought he had to come out here, and he showed 0, it was not fazed in any way by that. So I thought that was great, and I thought with that, when your quarterback's playing at a high level, it gives you an opportunity to take advantage and execute those opportunities. He made some big time throws today. So, as he looked more comfortable, we took more shots. Going into the game, to me it was all about, let 2 win the game, and let's bring Anthony along. But as we got into that game, we didn't need to do that. He showed signs of a guy that was really on top of his game. So I was excited about that, and so I thought that worked out well.
Go to the right with Adam.
Any update on John Baker? I saw he came out.
As per the new ACC rule now, I'm not going to be able to comment on injuries, but he's doing fine.
Okay.
Steve, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but were you a little bit surprised as well as Anthony looked?
Yes. Yeah, coming back, game 1, we were real careful with him in preseason camp. How many reps he took, no one touching him. But he there was no signs it was going to be an issue, but my experience tells me that it can be. But it's over now. In terms of hesitation, in terms of, not being confident. And so that was perfect. It worked out perfect. And he exceeded my expectations relative to that. Not his ability. I know he has ability. It's like, to me, he picked up right where he left off at the end of the season when we were playing at a pretty high level. And I felt like he picked right back up right at that spot.
Mike?
Steve, staying with Anthony, the 4-minute drive, the 4-minute offense and the 3 minutes that he had to do in 97 yards, that seemed to be maybe the highlight of his day, the way he managed that drive. Yeah,
probably. It's to me, it's like coming at me trying to process everything that happened. Sometimes in those kind of games, I believe it or not, I get worn out at the end of the game, just with the substitutions become more of, overwhelming than anything else. Who needs to be off the field? When do we take this guy out? When do we take this guy out? And I get exasperated by the end of the game trying to, everybody coming at you. I want to take him out. I want to take him out. So, sometimes, to answer your question, I guess I just, I got to go back and watch it and really process everything that took place in the beginning.
If I can follow up, the 33-yard pass touchdown he made seemed like off his back foot. To your point, he looked like he wasn't afraid to take contact on that touchdown pass to Martin.
Right. And then he had that one run. It was like he kind of was running. I mean, it's just me looking at it. It was right near me, and I said to myself, "Okay, he's just going to probably get himself down." Then he pushed off the contact and re-accelerated, and I thought that was a moment where you said to yourself, "He's done with this," So that was a good thing. But he played smart too. We don't need to be reckless now, and he can be a quarterback that you can be a smart runner, a smart player.
You said he did more than maybe even you expected. How much does that expand what you guys are capable of doing offensively in terms of your game plan and so forth going forward? And how much does Anthony Brown as a weapon make it that much harder for teams to load up on AJ?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the fact of the matter you saw our receivers making a lot of catches, you saw our tight ends, our receivers, you see our running backs, and I think that, all that does is make them defend 53 and third, and so, they were kind of starting to load the box real heavy. I mean, that's when we started throwing the ball. I mean, there was one play we ran where everybody was open. I mean, I think he hit Kobe down the boundary, but Tom Sweeney was 20 yards open, and they're all open. And that's what happens if you're going to roll the dice and gamble heavy and bring everybody into the box. We're no longer, back in year one with Andre, we were going to run the ball and run it again and run it again and run it again. We don't have to do that now. We're still going to run the football, but we're going to take advantage and have the ability to take advantage of what the defense gives us.
Talk about Davon Jones. Is he still linebacker, or is he just your short yardage tailback, or both?
He's both.
Okay.
And Davon's a guy that is a 235-pound guy with tremendous hands and great feet and acceleration on contact. We've been two-way in him all camp. I think you saw it's like we have, obviously we have AJ, and then we have Travis. And Travis does some unbelievable things for us, right? And then we have Davon, who's another big physical, going to hit you and drive you back. And then, of course, we saw the openings of David Bailey. And David Bailey is a monster, okay? I mean, he is a 250-pound man. And, you're going to start to see his emergence now. And you saw it today. And so that's exciting. And Benny Glines played tailback most of training camp, and he was exceptional looking as well. So our goal is to have a stable of backs, because you need a stable of backs. And we, obviously we have the best back in the country, but you got to be able to give him a chance to have a rest. The way he runs, his style is so physical. I mean, those plays don't end; they just keep driving and driving. That takes a lot of exertion. So we have to have a stable of guys that we can keep hitting people with. And I like the fact that we have size there. That wears down the defense. That wears the defense down. It's very difficult to tackle those guys. All the comment, and then Travis. I mean, he's got unbelievable acceleration and wiggle, and it's the change of pace is hard to deal with.
Can you just talk about the pass rush?
Yeah, I thought the pass rush at times was just outstanding. Just watching, Zach Allen turn speed into power and turn the corners and get under people. Wyatt, and I thought they did a fantastic job in the pass rush. I thought our defense played, really well, and did a great job. I mean, they've got a quarterback that's a pretty good player. I mean, he's accurate. He can throw the ball, and they've got a couple really good receivers that can flat run. They got a pretty big offensive line up front. So I mean, it was a challenge, and I thought our defense played extremely well.
Very great, Andy.
At the start of last season, Anthony had trouble hitting Kobe on the deep ball, but today they were really in sync. What do you think of that connection?
Yeah, I mean, Kobe's a heck of a player, and Anthony, you're seeing the maturation of a couple of players, right? I mean, that's what you're looking at. I mean, don't forget now, this is like Anthony Brown's 11th game of his career. Everybody forgets that, right? 11th game, is that right? 11th game of his career. That's it. Kobe White is in his second season, right? I think I'm accurate. You look at me and people are like, oh, maybe I didn't say it right. I mean, these are young guys. They're just starting to come into their own. I mean, they're just starting to come into their own. That's all. You saw the emergence of a guy like Hunter Long today. I mean, Hunter Long's going to be an unbelievably great player. You saw the emergence of I talked about already, David Bailey on offense, right? I think, pay attention to that one now, right? So a lot of guys stepped up today. I thought Jeff Smith did a great job today. I thought Jeff he caught a lot of balls in there, you know. How about C.J. Lewis? I thought he was going to take that one to the house, you know. Great. I think he's going to be a real big time guy. I really do. He's a big, tall, tough guy. He's got great hands. So we have some skill, we have some playmakers, and we have some speed. I mean, that's where we are now. Hey, you know, quite frankly, I told our guys down there, it's just one game. We came out, we had a heck of a day today. What we asked and challenged our team to do, they did, and they responded. Next week's a new week. Tomorrow's a new day. Every day for us, we got to come out and we got to grind. You know, and UMASS has got a good team. Mark has done an unbelievable job. They're going to go on and win a bunch of games. But right now, this was one win we can put in the win column. We can learn from it. We can grow from it. And the most important thing is we better improve from it, because we're staring down the gauntlet of a lot of tough games ahead of us. So our goal is just to get better each week and find the areas that we can improve on, because it's fragile. So it was great, wonderful, terrific. Celebrate the win. We're starting fresh to be 1-0 again tomorrow. And that's really what I want to focus on.
Great. Thanks,
Okay,
Steve.
thanks guys.
Thanks, Steve.